Hello and welcome to Railroad Tycoon 2. We are doing yet another scenario. This time we are doing from sails to rails. It's quite a small map, as you can see. We start in 1850. New England has a strong maritime tradition, but now it needs railroads. Beat your opponents to the best cities and ports, and you'll go down in history. So this one, it does encourage us to use 2 opponents, which is fine. We are obviously going to go with the hard difficulty here, which gives us obviously the expert models here. We have reduced revenue. Computers get improved revenue, but I think I know how to take them out of the equation. We can actually add a third one. We can also we can't bring it below 2, which is interesting. So that is good. So this is one that forces us to have opponents. So let's go ahead and get started and see a little bit more about what we've got to achieve here. Okay, New England's maritime transportation network has served it well for close to 2 centuries. You have only 15 years to convince these stubborn New Englanders that they need trains too. Because if you don't, your competitors will. For the bronze medal, connect Boston to New York and haul 10 loads between them. For silver, have the highest company book value at the end of those 15 years. To win the gold, end up with the highest personal net worth too, so we've got to have the lot. The highest book value isn't a big deal, end up with the highest personal net worth too. In fact, I think we can do that quite easily. We just have to make sure that we stay ahead. We just have to have the highest, but it's at the end of 15 years, so it's not a case if we have to haul the 10 loads, and as long as we have both of these, we win. We have to experience 15 years no matter what, I think, so this ends in 1865. Alright, good luck. Thank you very much. So, first of all, we need to create our company. Now, I know we need high personal net worth, but we're still going to come in with as much capital as possible, and we'll buy back shares as well as purchase more shares. Boston is up here. It's got a port, it's got a fair few amount of passengers. Let's have a quick look at what we've got here. Quite convoluted, actually. We've got produce that becomes food, logs become cotton, goods become iron, the cotton can also become goods elsewhere, so we can have a little chain going on here. And mail becomes passengers, which is an unusual one, but there you go. Okay, very interesting. I'm seeing produce here. I'm seeing a good route there. I like that, and we can stop off here as well. Pick up some produce, which then becomes food. We can take the food back up here. That looks like it's going to be my first route, actually. We've got some grain, loads of potential to utilize cattle, but I'm not seeing... No, there's some cattle right there. Cattle over here. Sheep farms as well, about the place. Not that many. A lot of milk, but milk is generally not very profitable. Down here we have New York City, which is very well populated, but it is a little bit hilly, as you can see here, so it could be a bit tricky. Also, we don't have many good towns here. There's 4 houses here, but I don't know if we can even fit a medium station. Yeah, we can. We can fit a medium station there. Maybe we get something small going on here. We also have some cattle there. That's an option. We actually have... yeah, you know what? There is something we could maybe do here. New Haven here. So that's something we need to do, I think, is make a little... yeah, this here. Okay, so let's get our first main route going, but before we do that, let's have a look at who we have here. Train speed 10% faster, I love that, and the acceleration is higher. I doubt I'm going to change this. We're not going to have electric trains, and we're not going to have diesel trains. So, yeah, this is pretty much it then. Let's have a little look here. Am I going to need to build a large station? I have a feeling I am. Yeah, I think I am going to have to. But you know what? That's okay. Can I get... I don't really want to spend the extra money on that, but I think like I say, I'm going to have to. This is nice. Can we actually build the track through between these two? We can. Hello, that will work. And then we kind of swing it around here. Oh, that's quite steep. That's less steep. 2 degrees. I don't want to go any higher than a gradient of 2. Bring it around here. Okay, well, if we're going to go with the larger station, we might as well bring her out a little bit. Sort of up here, so the trains don't have to travel as far. Yeah, that seems acceptable to me. It does waste a bit of money, but it is what it is. We can build stations wherever we want, which is going to be quite key, actually, as you'll find in a bit. So there we go. Lovely. Now, let's think about getting some track between them. The 2.5 degrees there is fine. That's perfectly acceptable. This is really nice. Now, we do have a lumber mill here, but I don't think we're going to do much about that. I think I will build... Can we get this to connect to most things, actually? Yeah, this is nice. Here we go. a small station here, really just to pick up some produce. Very good. There's a logging camp there, but I don't know if that's financially going to be worth it. Maybe later on it will be. Here we go, and it's fairly flat here. Okay, lovely. 520k from Worcester here, all the way down to Boston. I think we'll start off in Worcester since it's got quite a good haul for 5 houses right now. By the time it gets there, hopefully there's 1 produce available. We may want to have double-tracked this up, actually. Okay, we've got the American C, which is a solid train. Carriages aren't going to be that heavy, so it's actually going to go a little bit faster than this. Plus, we have the increased speed, so maybe we can get by with 1. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go passengers, mail. We have cabooses. Very good. Let loose the caboose, as I always say. Sell only demanded cargoes, leave undemanded cargoes on the train. So we're going to go with the yellow flag here in Fremington. We're going to add on a produce, go down to Boston, and from Boston we're going to go for more or less the same, except exchange that to food, was it? Was it food? Were you food? Make sure I get this right. Produce to food. Lovely. That's quite a nice route. We should get lots of passengers here. We will need to build some sort of thing. I know that's quite vague, but you know what I mean by thing, right? Logs to cotton. Yeah, we need to build infrastructure. I'm talking water towers, all that good stuff. You've got... take the cattle on possibly to Somerset here. You don't demand grains for any reason. Though the grains can go back here, actually. We can take those back and forth and have a service going to and from Boston. Can you scooch around that way at all? No, you can't, so you're better off going this way. Yeah, that's probably the better call. That's a good place to grow. Okay, let's try and do something super cheeky by cutting off New York. Yes, this is absolutely a strategy. I'm just going to add a small station here, which will eventually turn into a large station. There we go. That is now connected to New York City. And we're also going to probably build a station. I kind of want that New Haven. I think this is quite a good stop, actually. I could probably get something going soon there, but I'm going to just keep it as a medium at some point. There we go. They might get something going from Stamford to somewhere else. I don't know. It does depend. They might do something up here. They might go for Springfield. Springfield's quite good, actually, to... I don't know where they can go. They have very few options. And I'm kind of cutting off their choices, which is why I'm building these stations now. So they're kind of screwed. And that's kind of the idea here, is I'm trying to screw over my opponents and have them not able to do anything. I would like that grain, though. That's the thing. No, the medium station doesn't quite encompass that house. Okay, let's start with this. Great. Right, hopefully I've cut off enough of your stations that you guys can't build your own rail networks altogether, which means they'll have to purchase shares from mine, which could be a little bit awkward, as they will have a bit more capital to do so. But that's fine. We'll make do. So just to make sure we've done this correct, let's actually bring that back there, because you're going to sell everything at Boston anyway. And let's see if we've got any produce here in time. We also need to time this train as well. And see how long it takes to go back and forth. I'm hoping it can do a full route in 1 year. Okay, there was no produce there at the time. That's okay. As long as we have it back here, we've got loads of passengers. We may actually want to say goodbye to that. Maybe even go... we'll go like this. 3 and 1. How much money are we making? 277k is very nice. Yes, this is very good. We're probably... What have we got? Yeah, something here. That's quite good. Alright, here's the plan then. Build basic infrastructure for now. Once it's in customs, you say. We'll need to build a customs house. Right, the Boston Zephyr. Sure, why not? Let's build a roundhouse. Right, lovely. We've got everything we would need there. There's no food, obviously, but that's fine. I should really have micromanaged that, but hey-oh, that's okay. We've got the produce here. Going forward, it should be fine. I do think I might need some water, potentially. There. Oh, they have started something. Hartford to Waterbury. Alright, that's fine. They might go down to Stamford, is the only thing I'm a bit worried about, whenever they do become more profitable. They've already done that. You can't even... you've only got 3 houses there. I didn't think they built in areas where there's not enough houses. Well, you're hardly going to make a profit, are you? That's fine, though. We're going to build up and across here, is the plan. In fact, we even have the cap... Yeah, we even have that there. Alright, anyway. That's future plans. Future plans. How are we doing for our first year? A little bit of profit. Not bad at all, actually. Let's get these guys back home. We kind of have to be careful with this 2-degree gradient. We probably can't take too many carriages beyond this. I think 4 is our limit. But here we go. In it comes. Now let's evaluate the water situation and then the sand situation. I think we need a water tower there, but that's all we should need. Alright, there's 1 passengers, 1 male. Sorry, Worcester here. You might pick up a passenger there. We'll have a look at that. We'll hold off there. Okay, so we managed to pick up an extra produce there. That'll at least help. Yeah, I think micromanaging this one is probably the key, I would say. So I will keep a default of, you know what, we're probably going to get 2 here as well, aren't we? Let's go like that. Yes, that looks quite good. Alright, boom times ahead, which means we're actually going to get a bit more money for this customs. You know what actually helped us there, which is kind of funny. With that said, I'm still going to build a customs house to speed it up because this service is a little bit too slow. So that should hopefully speed things up a little bit. We've got 600k. I think we can look at making our next leg of expansion. So with that in mind, the plan is to actually connect over here. We also want to bring the castle in there. That's going to be its own dedicated line, I reckon. But we're probably going to have it come along here just to save on money. Yes, like so. Then it's going to double track up to a point. Right, lovely. I'm going to have a small station here. Like this. No, it's not. It's all going to connect to here, actually. Yeah. It's making me think, actually. Do we need that much? Do we need that much? Really, though. Because the grains can come along here, drop off here, but then food and passengers. I would like that to be its own dedicated line. Yeah, I think I would. And then one can run from Boston to Somerset here. That sounds fine to me. 90k there. Easy. Look at this. This is very straightforward. There we go. Fantastic. We might not need to build anything else because we've got all of our infrastructure here in one place. So from here, what have we got? Some cattle. That is marvellous. Always use the good trains. Best trains available. And then from Somerset, you can take a couple of grains. And you want to make sure you're full. I think we're going to be taking a lot more food than that. But there we go. Let's go. Once that's there and you've departed, we can then build a train going back and forth here. We'll also need to double up the track here as well. That is some good money. 345k. Alright then. I'll do that. Remember that we do want to connect all the way across here, but we want to build everything out first. Build a nice profitable rail network to begin with. We'll also be able to buy some of these industries as well. Don't know if we can buy the harbour. I don't know if that's ever going to be worth it. You're taking... Are you receiving any goods? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Oh, lovely. A split, and it's already the end of a new year. So that's nice. I still think I'm going to maintain the rail speed, the train speed advantage. None of these are really worth it. I don't think the savings are worth it there, to be honest with you. But here we go. Here comes the cattle. Nice and fast. 100, almost 100. Yeah, that is 100k from that. That's pretty good. 103. Alright. Can't complain of that now, can I? Okay, with that done, let's go ahead and double up some track here. Very good, because there will be crossover, of course. And once this train here is on its way, lovely, that is now on its way. Alright, start from Somerset. We have got passengers, mail, and probably double food. There you go. Off to Boston. Off you go. And you can come back with a bunch of passengers and mail yourself. Maybe even a dining cart. Passengers, mail. And you've already got one caboose, sorry. We might actually want to build some infrastructure like large restaurants, really improve that passenger revenue. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do such a thing. We'll go for the large restaurant and the saloon. And you know what? We're going to go for the telegraph poles as well to increase our turnaround time. And we're going to go ahead and build... We're actually going to need some basic infrastructure here, sanding and water towers, I just realised. For this train, because you're not going to Boston at any point. Yeah, you're okay for now. But we will need to build a roundhouse here as well. But that's fine, because that'll just speed up all the turnarounds. And that's certainly not a bad thing. Ooh, look at that. 373k. Very good. Alright, the money is pouring in from all over the place here. Our first train going to Boston. It's looking really nice. We've also got some full infrastructure here. 650k. Okay. With this in mind, I think it's time to start thinking about connecting New York to probably New Haven. And I need to capitalize on one of these here. I may even want to change this and actually build it going in like a loop around. There's a possibility. Just kind of trying to get an idea of how that's going to work. Definitely going to go for a stone bridge. I might actually need a bit more money than that. But, I mean, the New York train's going to have a lot of passenger potential, but that's going to go to and from Boston. We're going to have a semi-regular service doing that. So I might actually do this. Say something along these lines here. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't really get better, no? Yeah. We don't even need to do that. This is perfect. So what if we connect? What if we do it like this? Okay, let's destroy that. And we can go from here, there. Just in case another house is built in the corner there. We're going to have this wonderful train going from New York. That can take cattle all the way to New Haven. 318. It's actually going to be a bit more than that, and it's going to be double track too. 675. Okay, yeah. I don't see a point. In fact, can not come across like this. Yeah, I think that is how we do it. And then from here, you'd go in a straight line down there. Beautiful. Yeah, so we can actually take wool down here. Beautiful. Right. I say, do we wait until we get a bit more money? It's a little bit of time away from that. I might issue a bond. We can easily maintain that. That's a really low amount, actually. Okay. Coming from here, let's actually build a small station then, shall we? So, like there. Lovely. Right, 800k. This should be enough. We also need to make this a medium station as well, because currently it would not. That would not suffice. There we go. Lovely. Right. You now demand passengers and the likes. 2.5 gradient there's not pretty, but it is what it is. We can just about get this started. Okay, very good. And hopefully as money comes in, we'll be able to support it a little bit better. So passengers and cattle. Yeah, you know what? That'll do. That'll do for now. We'll fill out this service as we go. And from here, you're going to go pretty much just with these for now. And then we'll work on Bridgeport. That's going to be a yellow. So you'll probably take a couple of wool. Yeah, pretty good to me. And obviously we're starting to make a connection over here, as you can see. We do have some produce there. That is demanded at the ports. I do also need to think about picking up some businesses that I'm using here as well. That is something I've always got to consider. We're going to have a little bit of a hiccup here, but that is what it is. Hopefully you get by first, because you're nearly there. Yeah, I think you will, actually. Alright, let's start picking up some businesses here, shall we? We've got the cattle yard. I do want to pick up that. I want to pick up both of these this year, actually. We should make enough money as long as these guys can sort of get in there quickly. From New Haven, let's go ahead and build a roundhouse. Sanding, water tower. We are going to need all of this. That's a customs house. That's the wrong one. There we go. That was a bit close, wasn't it? But here we go. At least we've got some basic infrastructure. And now you're in customs because something came from here, did it? What came from there? Oh, it's a different state. I didn't realise there was different... Ah. I don't know, I didn't realise that because this is all in Massachusetts, so that would explain it. Whereas, obviously, the state of New York. And then we've got Connecticut here. That'd make a lot of sense. Right, from New Haven, what are we looking at? We've got food. I should be taking that food. Don't know why I didn't, actually. So, passengers, food, double wool. That's actually pretty strong, you know. Passengers, mail, double passengers, cattle, and goods, I guess. Yeah. Right, that's pretty much all built out now. I wonder if I want a second train. What do the goods turn into? Iron, right. Interesting. This could get a little bit complicated a little bit quickly. We actually have an iron mine there, and we have logs, so iron and logs. cotton and iron. Just to confuse things some more. Oh no, wait. Logs and... No, that's not right, sorry. I'm reading that all wrong. I do need to hurry up and make some more money, guys, so that we can buy out... Oh, hang on, wow. We need to actually buy back some shares soon as well. There we go, okay. That's going to be very profitable, so let's keep a hold of that. This, I don't think it's ever going to be profitable enough. It's not the best thing anyway. The port is okay, but it really needs to get a second product in there, I'd say, to maybe turn a profit. It's very hard to read ports sometimes when they have, you know, odd things going into them, like because they're always structured differently in most scenarios. Okay, another 2-for-1 rail split. I will take that, sure, why not? It's just a sign that we're doing well. I did pick up some shares beforehand. Profit is going up, I think. What else do I want to do? What else do I want to do? Do I want to expand first, or do I want to start buying back shares first? The thing is, once I get a sort of big rail network going on down here, that's going to prove to be quite profitable, shall we say. So I'm actually leaning towards just buying back stock and potentially buying back businesses. Feels like the way to go with that. So yeah, that is the way to go. We'll keep the dividend as it is. I don't want to issue any bonds. I want to have a look at managers. Train speed 10%, isn't it only the same? Train speed faster, engine purchase cheaper, but maintenance is higher. So either the better acceleration or engine purchase being cheaper. I think track maintenance being higher. That's actually something that would come down. What's higher on our income statement? Engine maintenance is 2k, track maintenance is 6. It's... Oh wait, this is a better reflection. Engine maintenance is really low, but track maintenance is a lot higher naturally. Like, those are way apart. So actually, I think this boyo here might be a little bit better, just to save us a little bit of money once we really extend our tracks out. Plus, the engine purchase, yeah, maybe that would be better. Yes, the acceleration's lower, but hopefully we can counter that maybe with some telegraph poles or something. Okay, one of them's connected up to Springfield now. Good for you, I suppose. Might go ahead and do a little bit of this. And I'm gonna need to get a second train going down here, I reckon. Which is fine, that just means more money for me, to be honest. So that's really good. Can we build a warehouse, or is that not available yet? It is, for goods wall. Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and just put that in there. Just to speed the pickup of that wall. And that'll help a lot. And you know what, let's go ahead and build that train now, shall we? It's about, yeah, that's about right. 1 goods, 2 cattle, 2 passengers. Looks fantastic to me. How many houses are actually here? I feel like we should be getting more passengers, to be honest, but oh well, that is what it is. There's some mail, that would become passengers, potentially. We could do that. There's a lot of food going on here. We also have room for expansion. Potentially here, we could actually take some more cattle down, and then we take some food over here. That is absolutely an easy expansion we could make. I think 3 trains coming in over here is okay. Don't think that's too much or anything. Let's go ahead and actually buy back some more stock, shall we? I might get a 3-to-1 split at this rate. Right, how are we looking? Purchasing power's going up and up and up. I did press buy back stock. Yes, I did. Yeah, but I need to own as much of the company as I can. Because I need to make sure I have the highest net worth, which is clearly happening right now. These are all still very profitable routes. I should really consider going for something like this. We'll go for telegraph poles as well. There we go. Very nice. So we've got 241k. Shall we have a look? One moment, actually. What is a bond? 6%. Yeah, bring that down to this. 221k. Famine grips Europe. Immigrants flood eastern USA. Passenger boom. Cheap labour not likely to last more than a few more years. Okay. And we've obviously had another stock split. Barely after the other one. Profits up to 1.3 mil. We are utterly crushing it because I've managed to sort of cut them off all the good stations. I've got all the good stations. Having a look at... Don't even know how I'm supposed to sort of catch up with that. I don't need to own everything. I just need to own enough of the business to have the highest net worth, right? So, to not get bought out. I think we should look at expansion now and fulfilling the scenario conditions as well. So for the bronze, do this. Highest book value, highest personal net worth after 15 years. We've progressed 5 years, so yes, let's get on with the objective now. So how much are we going to need, roughly? We go up to Norwich. 500k. This way it's a lot cheaper, but there's quite a gradient there. That's probably the way to do it. 700k, but we'll do it from over here, obviously. Yeah. We have access, so iron and steel. We've got some produce there. Could it get something going on from New York to it? The produce would become food. Optional line there, actually. But I think we're just going to try and make the connection and do what I set out to do. I also need to start picking up the likes of the businesses that I'm capitalizing on here. Because now we've got 2 services going. Those businesses are going to be a lot more profitable as well. We've also got this textile mill. I actually forgot about that. Just gives me a bit more money each year. Really nice. And with the cheap debt, in case there's a recession, I really might need to sort of... Nope, okay, we're in the minus. Might need to consider sort of making a rush across here. Okay, I've now bought all of the businesses. Oh, and we also have the Iron Duke. This is perfect to haul the 10 loads between the 2 cities, actually. Yeah. Are we going to make it like a really big 5-carriage train? Maybe a couple of them? Going from Boston, we could just take loads of passengers, or maybe we take maybe 4 4-carriage trains. Sound pretty good? I think that's quite a good way to fulfill the scenario, actually. Okay, we've got some really cheap debt now. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. We're going to pause the game for just a moment and start working on a track going across here. I might have to make this a regular sort of train service. Actually, this is it, this is it, this is it. Yep. Yep. Stone Railway Bridge, yep. Good. Past Providence. Do you want to go through it? I don't think we do. I think we're really more interested in going, I guess, up here. There we go. They are now joined. Would you look at that? We did it. Okay. Let's perhaps build a little station here. Where's the perfect spot? Probably across this side, yes, so we can get a bit of everything. Apparently not. I guess we'll go for here then. I guess it doesn't actually matter. Let's build a small station then. We can possibly expand it to a large station another time. We are going to need a little water and sand to get through this section here. And then this section down here, you've got everything. That's it, that's all we need. Okay, let's start building a couple of... Yeah, the Iron Dukes are very fast. Expensive, but... Oops. Oh, no. Did I didn't mean to do that. Retire. Right, hang on. Sorry about that. That was really silly of me. Look at this. There's a lot to take here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to New York. And from New York, go 1, 2, 3. 1, I suppose. That'll do. Good. And then you'll do the same, but you're going to start at New York. And you're going to take 2 mail. There we go. Very good. And they'll pretty much just go back and forth, I suppose. And we've pretty much got the scenario 1. Okay, we have the increased engine maintenance as well as the cheaper engines. I wonder if maybe I don't want that. Mind you, engine maintenance isn't much. It's very cheap anyway. It's not really a big expense. I was going to say, would we save money? Because we've got the train speed here, which we can replicate there. But the engine purchase being that much cheaper for the second lot of trains, it is a few thousand. I think it actually saves money. Especially once we get a couple more of these going. These guys will probably meet in the middle, and then we'll start sort of doing it that way. But away they go. I'm not going to put these on a priority train at all. I'm just going to have them go as they are. Expensive to run, but this is going to make an absolute fortune. They can take years to do it if they want. So away they go. Well, I'm a little bit too tempted. I'm clearly going to have to do this. It's just a small supplementary train service here to capitalise on the food industry. Let's go 1 passengers, couple of cattle, that'll do. Take it over here. And a couple of food back. That's it. That's all we need to do. We don't need anything extra. Should make a small meager little bit of money. We do need to keep buying back some stock, actually. Do want to keep doing that. Okay, I'm going to build one more here. I think I'm going to go from New York, 2 passengers, 2 goods, to Boston. And they're going to go probably passengers, mail. We might actually cut the trains down a little bit, actually. Down to 3, I think, going forward. That looks alright. Yes, that's quite good, actually. Not enough from Boston at the moment, so not much I can do there. But yeah, here we go. They are meeting. How are they doing for water? That's getting very low. Obviously, this one's just topped up. Sand also not looking amazing, but we're very close to the station here, so I think we've just about got it right. Kind of streamline this as well as possible. Yeah, it's very well optimized. No issue there. And we know we can get that way because that train had no problems as well. Right, bloom off the economic boom. Fair enough. That's going to reduce the amount that we get. Probably going to head into a recession then. Not to worries. As long as means we can buy back some stock, actually. So that's pretty good. Does anybody else... Nobody else owns my shares. Kind of surprised. And we're absolutely crushing them. Yeah, cutting them off. That was definitely the way to go here. Perhaps this scenario should have had the rule that we had in the previous scenario. In the Heartlands USA. Where you could only build off your own track. So you had to choose a starting location. Then again, if they'd all crowded around New York, that could have been a bit tricky. Because obviously they're going to use it. But then you would claim one of the others. I think Boston's the way to go here. This Boston-Worcester station, that is absolutely the way to go here. You're now lucrative, apparently. Okay, I'll bite. I'll buy that. We're about to get our first one come in here. Let's quickly buy back some stock. Oh, it broke down. Of course it did. Of course it did. I just realised I can't actually see the train that we have going to and from Worcester right now. That's, unusual. I appear to have removed it by mistake. I'm not sure how I've done that. I don't know if it crashed and I just didn't notice, but okay, let's rectify that. What's wrong with me? How did I do that? Oh dear. Was it food, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, we're going to go for one of these trains so that it's a little bit quicker. We also want to try and buy this cattle yard as well, if we can. Once one of these comes in, and here they come. Train is fixed. Must have had a train wreck, but I don't remember the thing coming up. No, I must have deleted it by mistake. Or retired the train, rather, by mistake. But here we go. This will produce more passengers as well. So from Boston you can take, yeah, 3 of these, 3 of those. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Make sure you've also reduced by 1. Make sure you're full as well. That's actually a thing. Let's not have a wasted journey, shall we? The Boston Boomer. There we go. Very good. That'll do. That's a lot of money, by the way. Oh my goodness. And you'll take, yeah, like that. For now. For now, anyway. That is a lot of money. Oh my goodness. What is our share price? It must be like... It's not up that much. Still, though. Pretty damn good. We can probably look at maybe paying off some of the debt. Perhaps we alter the dividend slightly so I get a bit more cash in my pocket. Not too much, though. Buy back a bit more stock. I don't see the point in paying back the 5% debt. That is just as cheap as it gets. We might as well go for more... Maybe more expansion, but... I mean, we've pretty much won this, right? But then I don't want to get lazy. There's some some sheep there, sorry, we could use. Perhaps take it to the textile mill, and then maybe we utilise one of these other stops down here. Possibly. There's not a lot going on down here in Norwich. I'd like a bigger place to connect to. But none of it's that big. Oh, mind you, have a look here. Probably connect to both of these by going through Manchester. I think that can work. Alright, we've got a nice little loop here. Let's go ahead and really give it the Iron Duke. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do. Yep. Take it to Manchester. From Manchester we'll take 2 passengers and 3 goods to Worcester, and from Worcester, nothing. It's just going to be a caboose. Got to keep that caboose on there. Come to think about it, yeah, we have done that. Okay, that's very good. There we go. Expanding the network. And we've managed to do it with our own free cash flow, which is nice. Okay, you're waiting for cargo in New York. Can we, in that case instead, maybe go for a goods instead? There we go. That should do it. Quite liking the transportation of goods here. That's probably a good way to do this. Congratulations, you've hauled the required loads for a bronze. You still have some time left to earn the silver or gold, though. Keep going. We've already earned the silver or gold. Have a little look at this. Here's our equity, and here's our competitors. They're not too far off, actually. No, that's not us. Sorry, that's not them. 9 million, 2.3, 1.5. We've won on that front. How about personal wealth? Well, mine is... what actually is about 3 million. Nope, again, I'm pressing the wrong button. And this is 400,000 and 200k. Oh dear, I might as well just cut to me having won this now. Okay, unrest between the states builds. Unrest between the states builds. Tensions rise between north and south, driving cotton prices up. That's okay. I don't actually have cotton, I have wool. But, oh well, never mind. New Year. I don't know if this is working quick enough here, so I'm going to go ahead. Telegraph poles, warehouse. I think I've pretty much made this as quick as possible. I don't really want to make this 2 trains. I'm kind of happy for it to just be 1, to be honest with you. As long as it's making me money, which it is quite handsomely, actually, so that's very good. Well, I've just been zooming ahead, and we now have a steel mill near Boston. I mean, if we really wanted to take this more extreme, we could. I've also been playing in ×10 speed, which does tend to lower your profits, I tend to find, because it doesn't quite simulate. The time simulates a lot faster than the trains can actually keep up with, so yeah. Well, like I say, we've basically won this, so this is the way I'm going to do it. Just speed along ahead. I mean, look at this train, for instance. It's... I don't know, actually, maybe this is not too badly simulated. Train 6, you're one of the Boston, New York trains. I'll just leave that as it is. I don't see the point in doing anything with that. How are you doing? You're okay. You are catching up on me, but not that much, though. In terms of our equity, we are just light years ahead. I might as well go ahead and buy back a little bit more stock. I might as well actually just increase my own personal wealth, which seems to be the more important thing to do here, I would say. Do it like this. Buy back some stock, buy back some stock, buy back more stock. Now what are we looking at? I'm almost at half of it. Myself, buy back more. 2 lots more. There we go. I should have over half of it. Yep, I do indeed. I own half the company. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and actually change the dividend so I can get about 100 and something K per year, which will reduce my leverage, I suppose, so I'm at least a little bit better covered. Okay, back up to 10 times speed. Split 2 for 1. Sure, why not? And yeah, before I want, there's that steel mill. No, you've broken down. Economy cooling, whatever. That's fine. War ends, Union preserved. And I think it's the end of this year that we should be done. Oh, Irish hooligans robbed a train. Alright, there we go. Congratulations. Your railroad will go down in history as being one of the major driving forces in the development of the industrial Northeast. As for you, they'll put your picture in the dictionary next to the word Tycoon. Pop a bottle of champagne and celebrate. Very good. And there you have it. Philip Thomas. No, it's not. My name's Chimpy13, of course. There you have it. And there it is on the scores, apparently. I have some previous scores. So you got the difficulty essentially as a multiplier for your score, of course. Yeah, Coal Country, that was a toughie. There's the campaign ones as well. Alright, very good. And there you have it. That's all for this one. I hope you enjoyed that scenario. That was a super easy one. We probably could have done that on Expert, actually, really, quite comfortably still. I think cutting off the opponents early on from all the good stations and all the good routes is the way you want to play that one. You still want them to create a network because you don't want them to just go around buying shares of your company. That could be problematic down the line, but it wasn't here, so I think that was nicely played. Alright, on to another scenario next time. I won't tell you what, you'll just have to wait and find out. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.